Hey guys, what's going on? I'm the Dog, and welcome back to some more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. In the last episode, there was a lot of talking. A lot of talking. And then we started this mission involving what appear to be Lagu's slave traders, which is kind of distressing. And Rolf is suddenly actually seeming to be good. Just all of a sudden. I guess we've just hit that abrupt point around level 14 or so, where he just starts being good out of the blue. I mean, it wasn't that terrible in the last couple of missions, but he's generally not been that impressive of a character. But all of a sudden he's really good, and I don't know, maybe it's because I took away his iron bow, and so I'm using the steel bow more or something. But I mean, he was already using Rolf's bow, which is better than the steel bow in some ways, so I don't know. At this point, I should probably avoid getting Ike into a lot of battles, because he's hit level 20, so there's not really anything he can do. I mean, he can't earn EXP, that's what I mean, so, I'm really kind of cheating myself out of important EXP if I do that. Alright, so a couple of these axe guys I'm thinking of putting someone right there, because both these axe guys can reach that spot at the very end, but not past it, except for that spot. And the mage can't reach it. The archer can, but I don't know if the archer is actually going to try coming over. He might. I'm not really sure. I just have to remember to keep Jill out of his range. Unfortunately, Braum can't get there. So I might park Braum next to him here and put Boyd in that spot. That might work out decently, I guess. And Ike will kind of stand back here a little bit, and Effany will be here with a javelin, probably not really do a whole lot. Has anyone lost HP and need healing? Doesn't really look like it. Okay, Mist, looks like you are out of work here. You are unemployed, officially. That's actually kind of depressing, and I probably shouldn't joke about that, because I know a lot of people have problems with that. Now I just feel bad. Okay, what am I saying? Comedy is inherently crass, but I'm not a comedian, so what do I know? I don't even... Nah. I'm so eloquent that I make the same jokes over and over again. You can tell I'm a comedian, 'cause I reuse jokes all the time. I'm just derpy today, like every other day. I don't know. I think it tends to happen when I record a lot of episodes in the same day that I just become derpier and derpier as we go on. Because I'm recording this in the same day as episodes 22 and 23, and I only took a very short break between the last episode and this one before coming back to record more. So, kind of silly. Do we want to have Marcia do the honors? Yeah, she has pretty good accuracy, and then we'll put her up in the range of that Myrmidon there, because, you know, Lance is countering swords and all. Makes perfect sense, just so long as we keep her out of the range of the archer, but he's farther away, so I think we'll be good. Or further. Further. That's the correct grammar to use there. Hashtag grammar Nazi? No. Just no. Hashtags are for use on Twitter. Keep them out of everywhere else. Okay, I mean, it's not that big a deal, but I guess she is kind of in range of the guy there with the Lagu's lance, but I don't know. I don't know how likely it is that they will both try to attack him. I mean, there's a good chance they will, but since she probably won't be able to kill one of them in one hit, they might not both be able to. I don't know if the guy with the Lagu's lance comes in, but that might be at the end of this movement range, so I don't know, it's so confusing. Maybe I should have left her back one space further to ensure that both of them wouldn't be able to get to her, but I kind of wasn't really paying attention to the Lagu's lance guy, to be honest. I don't know, Marcia, are you going to be able to kill this guy, or aren't you? My guess is no, but yeah, you're faster than him, so figures. With that iron blade. But on the flip side, that means she kind of took a bit of damage from that. Slightly distressing. And, of course, that guy's going to go up and attack her. But I think she'll survive this okay. I mean, it's not like she's taking bonus damage from a Lagu's lance. She's just at 5 HP. I'm such a brilliant tactician. Oh my god. Seriously, Marcia? Seriously? After all that, you get reduced to 5 HP, and then you have a level up where you don't gain any stats. That's just kind of a waste. It's kind of annoying seeing that happen. Rolf could attack this guy with his longbow, actually. Why not give it a shot? shot because he's shooting. Yeah, I already made that joke. I mean, he's not gonna be able to kill this guy, but it's extra EXP, and he can't attack anyone else, so why not? Yeah, I said I was gonna try to move in sort of cautiously here, but I don't know. Am I being cautious enough? Do you think I'm being cautious enough? I'm probably not being cautious enough. Alright, I'm forgetting Mordecai is still back here. He can't really do much because he's so far back. Soren... I thought Soren... Why does Soren have such a crappy movement range? I didn't realize it was that bad. Okay, whatever. Shoot him with the bow. Wow, that thing is way more powerful than the iron bow. That iron bow, she's just not doing a lot of damage with that thing. But the bow of light, not only are steel bows naturally more powerful than iron bows by 3 points, I guess. I increased the attack power on the bow of light by as far as it will go, which is 5 points. I also gave it a slight critical hit increase, and increased the accuracy by 2 notches, which is 10 points. It's 5 points each time. And again, you can increase it as much as 5 notches, but that would be 25 points total. Alright. Brother? Hey, Marcia. Hey, a long time, huh? Good timing, though. I was just thinking about paying you a visit, sis. Long time? Long time? You dungheel! Where in the name of heaven have you been? You racked up all that debt and then ran away? You're such an irresponsible skunk! Thanks to your worthless hide, I had to leave the sacred Pegasus Knights. Huh? But why? Because there were a bunch of debt collectors hanging around the barracks, that's why! Oh, that's a shame. Listen, I was trying to increase the money I borrowed and pay off the original, but it, vanished. And I swear that just kept happening. I'd almost get enough gold and then, poof, gone. You rat. You cheese-eating rat. You haven't changed at all. Let's go. You're coming with me. With you? Where are we going? What am I gonna do? You're joining my company. I'm gonna let Ike beat some sense into you. We'll see how that works. No, wait. I'm working for these guys at the moment, and, well, if I just up and join with the other side, it might cause problems. Stuff it, sponge brain! No more lame excuses! Follow me! Now! Sorry, sis. Sorry, I'm coming. And with that rather amusing cutscene, we have Mekalov on our team. And since I'm not 100% sure, as always, if I'm pronouncing his name right, why don't I just go ahead and call him Useless Lout? That seems appropriate. Because that's what he is, and I'm actually almost certainly not going to use him. But I might attempt to kill this guy with him, since, you know, he's handy. I mean, he's handy as in he's right there, so he's on hand, not he's handy as in he's useful because he's not useful. But I mean, in a situation like this, you know, we can get some use out of him. Okay, so now we've got a nice little barrier there, so this bandit can't get up here, and then we can send some guys up and get whatever's in the houses. Alright, back here. Seahawk can't even use his full movement range. Only person who needs healing at all is Boyd. Figures that I send the larger party over there and send the healer to accompany with them, but because there's enough tough units there, no one actually gets hurt at all. And so I don't need the healer, and they would be much better used over on the other side. I'll probably finish this mission in this episode, I think. But man, that was a talky intro to this chapter. Hello, Kitty, what are you gonna do? I think he's considering jumping on my lap again, but I don't know. Maybe I'm leaning forward too much. So, we gotta make sure no one can get to Mist. That's Mist. Not, her name is not Miss, her name is Mist. That's kind of... It's kind of significant that we protect her, but it doesn't look like she's actually in anyone's range, since we've got Neffany there after all. Should probably protect Rolf as well, though. So, Ike will go here. Brom will go here, I think. And Boyd, you can go over here and attack this guy. And he probably has a bit of a defense and evasion boost from being in the thicket, which would explain the peddler's awful hit rate. Although, also, I don't think venom axes are that accurate. And bandits probably don't have very high skill. Well, I don't know. Yeah, this isn't really that long of a mission, but it can get rather tough, especially when you're up in here. There's some tough enemies that appear. I mean, this guy's a berserker, which means which is a class change to bandit, so that's, I mean, that's pretty tough to deal with. Who still needs kneeling? Jail, okay. Move Soren up here. Well, let's see. The enemy seems to be out of archers except for that one guy up top there, so we can move Jill out into the open more now. And I'll just keep the steel lance on her. Might as well use that up a bit more before we use the fancy thing. Oh wait, crap, does this guy have wind? No, he's just using fire. Okay, good. That kind of makes sense, because fire is good against beast lagoos, and we heard them talk about how that's most of what they're training in, apparently. Which, we will see evidence of it in a minute. Why did that guy not attack them? I guess he wants to go in this direction, but he knows he can't, so he just sits there and puts himself right in the middle of a bunch of enemies who can easily kill him, but doesn't attack. I'm questioning your logic, Mr. Bandit Guy. This is not making sense. Well, maybe Astrid can shoot sense into you? Does that even work? Yeah, I don't know. Makalov, I think he has, like, the lowest stat potential of the paladins, but I mean, it's not like I really do research into this stuff. I don't really know stat potential and all that stuff. I don't really pay that much attention to it. I mean, you can use whatever character you like if you play through this game, but personally, I don't know. A lot of it is just that you get a lot of cavaliers and paladins in this game, and so I tend to just use the first two that I get, basically. Aside from Titania, I just use Oscar and Kieran are, like, my favorite two to use. And wow, I could actually just send Kieran in here, to support these guys, and that would actually kind of work. Makalov can go up there. Let's see, Marcia will go and head toward these houses. Marcia can probably just collect everything from these houses. She needs to use a vulnerary, too. Eh? Did you say cattle? A battle? Stranger? What? Oh, danger! Goodness, what am I to do? Oh, maybe this will help, dearie. It's just lying here collecting dust, just like me. Never a visitor. Anyway, I don't know what it does, but it's pretty. If I gave it to my grandkids, they might write once in a while. Here, take it! Now, do me a favor and protect my house, alright? No, my house! A mouse? Where? Of course, it's, the old lady who's hard of hearing. What a classic trope. That guy is not really doing anything, much of anything, is he? But we got a Vantage Scroll. So Vantage, I think that's the skill that Mia has that lets her strike first in any battle, which is really pretty cool. So now we could teach that to someone else, potentially, so that's nice. Alright, anyone here need healing? Jill does. So, Mist, you do that, and be useful. I just ate some almonds, and now there's, like, almond stuff all in my mouth, and it's making it awkward to talk. Wow. I'm just such a brilliant LPer. I do things that are very smart and intelligent before I record. Also, Rolf has a killer bow now, and that is awesome, and I'm just gonna see if I can show it off and get a lucky crit here. Killer bows, like all killer weapons, they just have an exceptionally high crit rate, which, as you can see, doesn't like me, I guess. Well, it had about a 1 in 3 crit rate, so... But in 2 hits, he happened to not get a nice lucky crit there. So that's brilliant. I'm attacking from the thicket deliberately to give her an evasion boost, but yeah, this mage isn't really that dangerous. I don't know, enemy mages really aren't very dangerous until later in the game when you're encountering class-changed sages with, like, long range and or really, really powerful spells. I mean, these guys earlier in the game with just fire, they're not that bad. And it's funny, because we're not that far from being halfway through the game. I mean, I don't know. This is a fairly long game. Man, Zehart just kind of got stuck back there. He's not really doing anything anymore, is he? This is a pretty long game. This is probably going to be my longest LP to date, because, I mean, this is episode 24, and we're not even halfway through the game yet. But, well, I don't know. Twilight Princess was pretty close to being 60 episodes, wasn't it? So I don't know whether or not this will hit 60. If it does, it'll be longer than Twilight Princess, and that'll make it my longest LP. If it doesn't, it will be my second longest. Alright, so these guys. Doesn't look like any of the melee opponents can actually come down and hit them, but this archer can, so we need to not get Jill in that range. Does Boyd have a hand axe? No, he does not. So we'll just keep everyone out of that range. And there we go. This battle has ended up to being pretty easy for the most part. I actually had a little bit of trouble with this in my practice runs. I think some houses on the left might have gotten destroyed, or someone died back there or something on my first attempt. They're crushing us. They're nothing but a pack of rats, but they fight like demons. But no matter how tough they are, there's no way they can stand up to a real monster. Hey, you there, release the feral. Now all we have to do is sit back and watch them chew their heads clean off. Yep, they are sicking feral Lagoos on us. And this apparently makes our own Lagoos angry enough to finally fight and be useful, because Mordecai transformed, and it's time for him to kick some butt and take some names. So that's cool. I guess Soren will just work her. Seriously, I called Soren a her. It's because I was thinking about Astrid, because I was saying, Soren's gonna go over there, and then Astrid will also work her way over there. Okay, Marcia, get stuff from this house. I found this in the river, but my mom said it was dirty and I had to throw it away. Do you want it? Really? Alright, you can have it. Take care of it, please. We got a secret book. That is nice. That's an item that raises your skill stat, not like these kind of skills. But yeah, that's always useful, because that increases accuracy. Alright. So, time to handle things on this end. Kieran could probably use some healing, so could Makalov, but Makalov's not really useful, so I don't feel like giving a whole lot of EXP to him. So, let's see, what's the end of Mist Range? He can go, oh, that's just voids. I guess Kieran will go here and kill this guy, and then move back a little bit. Blech. Yeah, this isn't really too long of a battle. There was this mission I was thinking of that I knew, this was before I went through my practice run, there was a mission that I knew was in either this game or Radiant Dawn, and I couldn't remember which game it was, and one of my friends who doesn't own the game, but I guess maybe he watched an LP or something, because he's somewhat into Fire Emblem, he played the GBA games on an emulator. Can't kill that guy, so maybe I'll finish him off with a Rolf rather than using the Killing Edge. For some reason, he told me that this mission that I was thinking of was in this game, and it's totally not. The one I was thinking of is in Radiant Dawn. But there is a very similar mission that that's coming up, and I can see why he got them confused, since I probably gave a very vague description. But I don't know why I went on that tangent. Was there some goal in me saying that? I honestly have no idea. So that was silly and derpy. But that pretty much defines basically everything that I do, doesn't it? Okay. So, Zehark, we don't want him to take too much damage, so we should protect his side here so he doesn't get attacked by multiple enemies. And then Braum will be here. He can probably do a good job of defending against the Lagoos. And let's see, what about this mage? This mage can get to Zehark, that's kind of worrisome, as can this guy. So Zehark's kind of in a vulnerable position there, maybe I shouldn't have played so aggressively. But none of these guys are mounted, so probably no more than like 2 guys will actually be able to get to him. We just have to make sure that those 2 guys don't kill him. I suppose Jill could go up there and provide some additional support as well. I mean, I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see how things go on the next turn. Yeah. Okay, Jill, you go up here. We're out of the enemy's out of archers, so we don't have to worry about that anymore, at least. Because it can get really annoying in some parts of the game where there are archers that pretty much disable your flying units. Hey, you! Why don't you lay down your weapons and walk out of here with your lives? You can posture as much as you want, but there's no way you can beat us. Shut it. I don't know why you're here, but if we lose our cargo, we lose everything. It ain't happening. In that case, we've no choice. You'll receive no mercy from us. And, of course, the guy's attacking Zehark, but, so I'm actually kind of hoping that Zehark doesn't kill him here, so he doesn't get attacked by, like, a million Lagoos. See? That works out pretty well. He doesn't take any damage, the guy gets weakened, and Zehark's now actually protected from attack, except for the mage. The mage could still potentially hurt him. But most of those guys didn't move. Maybe the feral ones don't actually move, and you have to attack them directly? That seems kind of weird. Should I put Rolf out in here and have him attack this guy? I mean, he can't kill the guy unless he gets a lucky crit. Like, if I gave him the killer bow, that would work well. But, yeah, I'm just gonna leave him back here for safety's sake. Have we gotten a Lagoos bow yet? There was an enemy archer that had a Lagoos bow, but I don't know if he dropped it. But we didn't have one before then. So, I don't think we have one now. Unless we do, which is possible. Oh, okay. Kieran got one. Okay, well, that's useful. We can give that to Rolf, but we don't need to spend this turn doing that. Kieran would be better used going over and attacking an enemy. Oh, is he the one that I gave the Lagoos axe? Yes, he is. So he might, he can't quite reach them. Darn. And Ike has the Laguz Slayer, but he can't reach the Laguz. He could trade it off to Zehark, I suppose. That might actually be a good idea. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see, how would things go for him if he came up here? That would actually work out pretty darn well. But I might have to rescue him with another character like Kiran if he does take damage. Because that guy has a lot of strength. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to go up and rescue him after this battle. I'm not sure what that light was. Does he have Adept? I don't think he has Adept. Maybe he does have Adept. Zehark, do you have Adept? Oh, you do have Adept, so he would have actually gotten a third hit had the guy actually survived that. Or if he had missed. Speaking of missed, I made a punny. No, but in all seriousness, we gotta get someone up there and rescue him, and I think Jill will probably fit that role nicely. Seeing as we don't have to worry about bows. That's a weird noise. Yup. Okay. Makalov, you can just sit there uselessly, and Mordecai! Get your butt in there, somewhere. Shove Ike! That will work. Could have smited him, I guess. You can sit there and throw a javelin at that guy. Why not? Oh, so I guess that gray terrain is cliff that they can't actually cross, which is kind of confusing, because it looks like land. So it looks like they should be able to get in and attack Nephany. Apparently not. So I guess that's good, because she's safer then? But I don't know. Braum, just get up there and be helpful and stuff. Could do that. Could do. Or we could attack this guy with a hand axe, except this guy, Gashi Lama. Oh wait, the killer axe is his only weapon, so we're actually safe if we don't put someone right next to him. But that's not such good rates there, actually. See, sometimes I worry because, well, I guess it's because he's a berserker and not a warrior. But warriors, the upgraded version of fighters, can use bows as well as axes. So it's annoying because you see a warrior and you think, okay, that guy's gonna have an axe, so it's safe to put flying units near him, but it's not, because then he'll come up and shoot at them with a bow. Kind of annoying. He can't attack anyone, so just put him there. Oh wait, she had the option to use a staff, because Makalov's right there. Derpa derpa. I'm just a silly derp face. Here's this guy, just kind of sitting here being weird. Soren, you wanna kill him? You can't actually kill him, but you can come close-ish. Actually, not really close. What am I saying? So I probably actually should have left another unit back there, like maybe one I wasn't using, who has a sword that's good against this guy's axe, like Makalov. So maybe Marcia can finish this guy, but I don't... It's worrisome because he could kill her, because her HP is low. Maybe she can kill him with a javelin. Nope, that's not happening. If she sits here, then maybe he won't attack Soren? I don't know. That was stupid of me. Hopefully no one's about to die over there. What are you gonna do? Mate. Because he's a pirate, I guess, except he's not really a pirate, he's just a bandit. Good, she dodged. Okay. Double hits him? Good. That is a lot of stress off. It's a load off my back. I was about to say a lot of stress off my back, and then we would be suffering from a bad case of mixed metaphors. He can't kill the guy because he doesn't have enough of a speed advantage. He can do a lot of damage to that guy, but there's that crit rate. Look at that crit rate. Oh my god. And if he got a crit... Wait a minute, if he got a crit, Mordecai would survive. So, you know what? Let's actually do that. It is nice to have a character who has a ton of HP sometimes. Tiger. Tigers are dangerous. I've got to trick it into drinking the medicine. Growl. I think that was the best growl ever. Come on, don't get a crit. Please don't get a crit. Good! You missed. You missed. Yeah. Dodge. Whatever. English is not my first language, except in the sense that it is. But in the other sense that I should be good at speaking it because it's my first language, it's not my first language because I'm incompetent at speaking, clearly. Or maybe it's just that I'm incompetent at speaking in general, since I can't speak in other languages either, even though I know English well. That actually would kind of make sense. Because, like, at my school, I have to take a foreign language class. Well, they had this interesting exchange program where there's a Chinese teacher from China coming, and I can learn Chinese, and so I took Chinese. And I get so nervous when I speak in front of the class that even though I can pronounce the words really, really well, I am terrible at speaking. And I don't know, has that just started to rub off on my English? I mean, it's not really an issue of nervousness, is it? Because I'm sitting here by myself in my room. My cat is watching me from outside the door, and that is literally the only other person here. And that may or may not even be a person, depending on your view. You can drop Zhark off, that would be nice. Who do we want to attack who? Whom? There's some grammar for you there. We could have that happen, but that doesn't seem very productive, actually. This could happen. This seems like a good idea, because he has a Laguz Axe. But his accuracy is terrible, and he wouldn't be able to kill the guy in one hit, and that would be guaranteed 2-hit kill. So that would actually be incredibly stupid. We could do this. That seems like probably our best option. Get that ranged attacker out of the way. I don't know, the end of this battle can be kind of stressful, because some of these guys are rather tough. It's mostly just the boss and the Laguz that he calls in, and I'm pretty sure if you spend long enough, he will call in other Laguz as well. So, well, I shouldn't move Soren out of the way until we've actually killed this guy and we know Marcia is safe. But I would rather attack him with a mounted unit, because then she can move and we don't have to spend a turn just sitting there. Attack, because, you know, it's smart. Strategy. That's strategy right there. That is real strategy. That is a man's strategy right there. No, it isn't. I'm talking about running away. I obviously need to learn to be a man. Swift as a coursing river, and yeah, you get the cliches. There are a lot of cliches surrounding that, actually. I used to always quote that video. I don't... who is it by? It was some Final Fantasy parody or something that was... It was like a machinima that was filmed in Dissidia, and there was a competition between like Cloud and Squall about who was more manly. And oh wait, victory is defeat boss. I don't even have to worry about that guy if we can just kill this guy. Does he have a hand axe? No, he does not. Braum doesn't have a... He does have a javelin. I did give him a javelin, but that wouldn't really be that effective. I don't know. It's like only certain units can really attack this guy very effectively, so I'm just gonna use Ike, after all. Yeah. And just not worry about that other Laguz. Trying to steal our cargo, you're no better than us. Some of our customers are nobles. You won't get away with it unscathed, let me tell you. What, nobles? Don't play dumb with me, take this! Well, that's kind of disturbing. That nobles buy Laguz from a slave trader. Just everything about these guys is disturbing. And we got a killer axe, so that's nice. Our duty is done. Let's grab the cargo and get out of here. The cargo is standing a few feet away from you, and it wants to kill you. Ike, you're not very smart. The Grail mercenaries have returned. Well done. The news of your victory is welcome, as is the cargo you seized. Now, about your payment. Wait, this mysterious cargo was a bunch of really heavy crates. Would you tell me what they contained? That... Your job was to deliver the cargo. You've no need to investigate further. But Princess Alencia has returned to her quarters. You would do well to inform her of your safe return. It appears that the Apostle will handle your payment on the morrow. Perhaps you can speak with her then. I beg your leave. I must be going. Very well. Oh! Huh, there's actually a CGI cutscene here. What do you know? Starring Laguz, no less. This is, I believe, the first time we've seen them in CGI. We've seen one of those two before, not the other. And is he carrying a sword? That's kind of odd. Yeah, we know who this guy is too. I kind of like that there's no dialogue in this cutscene, actually. Maybe it's just because the voice acting is sometimes iffy, but it just gives the good animation a chance to shine. Because this is a really nice looking cutscene for GameCube standards. Oh my god, this guy. Makes me want to rage every time I see him. So it seems all of the Laguz nobles have gathered in one place. For what reason? We don't know yet. We'll just have to wait and see to find out. Apparently I'm suddenly Canadian. You know, I went to Canada once and hardly anyone said A. Oh, wait, we actually hear their conversation. I didn't realize we actually heard it yet. Thank you all of you for coming, my fellow Laguz kings. It's been decades since all of us were gathered in one place. I would extend my gratitude to King Deginsia of Goldoa, who arranged this meeting place at short notice. It was nothing, King Kynagus. Fellow kings and countrymen, attend to my words. That's kind of weird wording. As you have no doubt heard, Dan has invaded Crimea and overrun her. Of course, Crimea is a Beorc nation. However, since the time of her founding, she has made every effort to engage the Laguz with honor and dignity. Never has this been more true than during the 30-year reign of good King Ramon. During this era, Gallia and Crimea initiated many ambitious cultural projects in an attempt to bring our divided people closer. Yet one man has always reviled our work, the Daean king Ashnard. Why he took this recent course, however, I know not. Ashnard's actions are monstrous. His army has put much of Crimea to the sword. Her people live in terror. Her king lies dead. And now the Daean forces continue their ruinous march and cross the border into Laguz territory, into Gallia. That trespass, O King of Lions, is because your country chooses to harbor King Crimea's orphan, is it not? Yes, that is the justification they would present. But the Princess of Crimea is no longer in Gallia, is she? Your spies are as efficient as ever, King Tibarn of Phoenicis. As you say, the princess has already departed for Benyon. I know this only because she came to the aid of a ship carrying Benyon's apostle. Ah, so Princess Elincia is safe and in contact with the Benyon Empire. That news gladdens my heavy heart. I do not believe that Daean yet has this information. If word got out that the Princess of Crimea had been granted sanctuary in Benyon, Daean might halt its invasion of Gallia. Your information is dated, Hawk King. Have your legendary eyes and ears abandoned you after all these years? You have something you wish to say? Would you be so kind as to explain yourself, King Kilvas? Princess Elincia barely escaped Crimea with her life and then fled to Gallia. And yet a certain king of beasts there, one on whom she had pinned all hope, chose not to support her. With nowhere else to turn, the princess and her retinue spent 2 long months at sea, arriving in Benyon mere days ago. Daean knows of these events as well, and the king has dispatched a team of hunters to make a corpse of the girl. And that, dear kings, is the latest news, at least to the best of my poor knowledge. Daean knows the princess is in Benyon. King Kilvas, how did you come to possess this information? Why, there's no trick to it. I just perk up my ears and point them in the right direction. You expect us to believe that a stray wind carried it to your ears? This is an odd tale, Nessala. Do you think so? Well, there is one trick to gathering information that I know. Shall I share it with you? If it involves dealing with human scum, I'll pass. Foregoing my Laguz pride is not something I'm willing to do. Ha! Is that not always the way of Phoenicis, to cling to those last tattered remains of pride? Instead of proclaiming that you will attack none but Benyon ships, just admit that you don't have the power to do more. What did you say? Both of you will desist at once. King Nessala of Kilvas, your actions of late can indeed be judged as too extreme. Black Dragon King of Goldoa, what do you pretend to know of my actions? Please, enlighten me. I would remind you of the Beorc ship you attacked in Phoenician waters, and left stranded in Goldoan territory. I totally mispronounced that mess of a word. Oh, that. Nessala, you lying crow, you've been sneaking about in my territory again, have you? Have you? Everything. I heard from my own son, Kurthnaga, that a Beork resembling Princess Crimea was on board that ship. It is true. What? King Kilvas, you? Don't act surprised. I have no intention of ruling some tiny island nation forever. I will make Kilvas a name to remember. To that end, no amount of gold is enough. Laguz or Beork, I care not. If the pay is right, there's nothing I won't do. I care not about the reach of your ambition, but you should choose your methods with more care. What good will it do you to expand your domain only to find enemies at your every border? I will take your words to heart for the time being. And you too, King Phoenicis. What good will your piracy do you if it earns the wrath of Benyon? Continue at this pace, and there's no telling when the hostilities will end. Until the people of Benyon apologize for the slaughter of our brother herons, I will do no such thing. Prince Raisin of Syrenes, are you of the same mind? Those humans burned Syrene's forest and killed my people. No amount of human blood can slake my thirst for vengeance. For my siblings, for my countrymen, I demand justice. I cannot even return my bedridden father to our forest home. I am no soldier. I know nothing of war, so King Phoenicis acts in my stead. I am most grateful to him, and I would not see him stop until Benyon has paid. Blood leads only to blood, and violence begets violence. Nothing more. Revenge is simply another name for murder. And you, King of Lions, what will you do about your home of Gallia? Now that you know Daeon's feint toward Gallia is merely another move in his game of war, how will you act? They've made no formal declaration of war. Until they do, we can watch and wait. If it's the first step toward eradicating all human scum, Phoenicis will help you destroy Daeon. No. Unless this becomes a true war among all nations, I want you to stay your hand. As long as Gallia is protected by the Sea of Trees, we can stave off Daeon's attacks. Ah, the luxury of a large nation. You would waste a chance to expand your territory just to maintain the status quo. Sad. I agree with King Gallia. If we were to form a Laguz alliance against Daeon, we would drive Benyon to Daeon's side and lose a valuable ally. The flames of war cannot be fanned haphazardly. Above all, we must think of Leiron's medallion. Its location is unknown. But it still exists, we know this. And as long as it does, we cannot allow any war that could stand to engulf all our nations. Do you understand, Laguz kings? I beg of you, do not forget it. Well, that was interesting. So, that's the end of the episode, and the chapter. So, I'm the Nufferdog, and I will see you guys next time with more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Bye!